A study examining the impact of puberty blockers on children is not being published for political reasons, according to the doctor in charge. The study, that's already 9 years old and received $10 million in taxpayer funding, isn't being released because the doctor says its findings might be weaponized in arguments against transgender medical treatment for kids. It's a story that's not being picked up by most news outlets with a left-leaning bias. However, it was the New York Times, a left-leaning outlet, that first interviewed the doctor at the center of the study. It was their report that generated many headlines from right-leaning news outlets, like these from the New York Post, the Washington Times, and the Daily Caller. As of Thursday morning, mainstream networks like CNN, ABC, NBC are among the left-leaning news outlets that have left the story out of their news coverage. This could be seen as oversaturation of a news story on the right and story omission by the left. The issue over giving children puberty blockers is a politically charged one and is the center of multiple legal battles. More than 20 states have banned such treatments on kids, and the Supreme Court is now taking up the issue with a ruling expected next summer. Dr. Johanna Olson-Kennedy, in charge of this study, is used to being at the center of the controversy. She's an advocate for transgender rights and has been used as an expert witness to provide testimony against states banning adolescent puberty blockers and gender-related surgeries. The study her team conducted involved 95 adolescents averaging 11 years old. The children were being treated with puberty blockers to prevent things like the development of breasts or preventing their voice from naturally deepening. The study followed the children for 2 years to track changes in their mental health. According to Dr. Olson-Kennedy, the puberty blockers did not lead to mental health improvements. Dr. Olson-Kennedy claims that's because the children were already doing well when the study began. But according to the Times report, that conclusion seemed to contradict an earlier description of the group of kids in which Dr. Olson-Kennedy and her colleagues noted that 1/4 of the adolescents were depressed or suicidal before treatment. The Times also notes Dr. Olson-Kennedy's team has not published the data. Asked why, she said the findings might fuel the kind of political attacks that have led to bans of the youth gender treatments. I do not want our work to be weaponized. It has to be exactly on point, clear, and concise, and that takes time. Research on the use of puberty blockers on children is limited, and there's a mixed bag of results. A study in Australia by the Sachs Institute Review found positive mental health outcomes outnumbered those with negative outcomes. The Journal of Sexual Medicine found puberty suppression may be considered valuable in the management of gender dysphoria in adolescents. A 4-year study in the UK found no evidence supporting transitioning drugs for children. And the American College of Pediatricians says there is not a single long-term study to demonstrate the safety or efficacy of puberty blockers. More than 120,000 children ages 6 to 17 were treated for gender dysphoria from 2017 to 2021. Puberty blockers have not received FDA approval to treat gender dysphoria. In a Washington Post poll, 68% of Americans are against providing puberty blockers to children 10 to 14 years old. 58% are against hormone treatments for those 15 to 17 years old. Thanks for watching our news update. For more unbiased, straight fact reporting, you can download the Straight Arrow News app or visit us online at san.com.